Hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is the official, this is the official first episode of the Roberta Leigh files, and we have 3 episodes. We have 3 episodes a year, every December time, and it's only me, and I react and review a kid show, or whatever she'd done, because I haven't read her books, I haven't got her albums, I haven't got, the Twizzle albums, Torchy books, whatever. So, but we're just gonna watch a kid show about it. Okay, so that's simple. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go. So, if there's some edits here and there that doesn't make any sense, you will know later on in the video. So yeah, just go. So yeah, okay, so back in the day, that's a weird intro to this video. Back in the day, guys, so in those days, most kid shows wasn't that good with the intro. I know in the 80s and 90s, when I grown up, I watched those old kid shows like Postman Pat, Fireman Sam, all of those shows that had really lame kind of intros. Not really with Fireman Sam because it just went into your face, but I mean, like most intros have like a title pop out of nowhere and that's it. And I think it started with these sort of things because there was the similar shows like this, and it had just had intro out of nowhere, just like old movies when they had like, oh, I'm just gonna open a book, oh look, there's an intro. But this, it's kind of afterwards when they think, ooh, why don't we just, so it was like a little tiny, I think it was an experiment for AP Films who done this, so it's Anderson and Provis, that's the AP, and the F bit is the film. So AP Films done this first ever series called Twizzle for Roberta Leigh, and then she wanted to do Torchy afterwards, like a similar idea, I guess. Not because I watched the videos about it, but because I watched other stuff to do it, so I did do a little bit of research. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is the intro looks a little bit lame. I know like most intros for kids shows and whatever is like in your face, but but it's like meh. Well, it's really meh-ish, but I don't know. And the first ever episode is currently, existing, but the rest of the episodes are completely lost. So I think we have to know that if this episode is gonna be missing in like 2 decades time, and this video is still released and not private or whatever, I feel like this is the most history kind of logic of this first episode that you have already watched. But here we are. So it's Twizzle and Footso, and I do love the music. I really admire the music as well. Old-fashioned music. I don't really like old-fashioned music to do with kid shows, but it's got that sort of charm to it with the introduction music and everything. But yeah, that's all I got. Also, I admire that font. I know lots of people don't think, yeah, it's not a good font, but it's a white font. Yeah, I do like that font. I wish I can have it in my videos, but tell me in the comments what kind of font it is, and is that font Greg? Is that font? But the name of the font, and see if I can do it in my videos. But at the moment I haven't got any at the moment, so I don't know why, but maybe it's gonna be a new thing. I don't know, but yeah, I really admire that font. So yeah, this is the first episode of the Adventures of TWIZZLE. So Twizzle is a toy, if you want to watch the rest of this video, obviously, because nobody does. But yeah, this is about a toy who apparently is a male, and he's kind of like, sounds more girlyish. Now what I'm gonna say is, most boys kind of males in kid shows, like any toy or whatever, sounds awfully like a female. I don't know why. I'm not sure if you noticed that, but it's quite odd if you want to watch the rest of this. So yeah, let's go.
Have you heard of a twizzle toy? You haven't? Well, that's because there's only one of them.
Wow. Okay, so I just noticed that, yeah, so this is like a narrator is a female. I'm not saying this is a really horrible thing or anything, but most kid shows back in the day always had this sort of weird narrator who's always a female. I know most of them are males as well, but most of them, or the most, are always females, and that's pretty strange when you think, if you look at, I'm not into Bill and Ben, but you see Bill and Ben, the 1960s version is a female. If you look at other shows, from the 60s, 50s, it's a female. I haven't watched them yet, but I do know because loads of people said it, and loads of people grew up with this sort of rubbish. So, yeah, this is what we got. So, yeah, and quite fascinating to see that sort of thing. I know lots of people around the world review and react to proper things, and I had to review and react to kid shows, and one of them is like, this sort of rubbish. But it's like, wow, like who wants to react and review kid shows at my age? You know what I mean? It's pretty weird, but I don't know. I don't want to review creepypastas or review, I don't know, something boring, because it's not really entertaining to some viewers, is it? But with kid shows, I don't know. And apparently there's lots of inappropriate bits in kid shows, so that's all better. But not really. But I don't know, maybe I'm going off track. But what I'm trying to say is, you've got lots of opportunities to see, in lots of scenes and stuff in kid shows, so I know some people don't really like kid shows. I don't personally, because I'm growing up, but you still admire all the effort they put into it, and that's mainly what you see. Anyway, what's it to do with Roberta Leigh, Craig? Nothing. I'm just saying, we can just react or review to anything we want to, if that makes sense. Anyway, let's continue.
But perhaps we better begin at the best place for stories. At the beginning. In a busy street in a busy town stood a toy shop.
Oh, I know I just pressed play and then I pressed pause again. The houses and the buildings look awfully similar and look really cheap, right? And probably because later on, I watched this video before, not really much, but yeah, so in this, they had a really low budget. So if they think, oh, why is there tall ceilings? Why you can see the strings easily, but with Thunderbirds you don't really see the strings that much. So if you see all these mistakes, well, it's not really mistakes, but you can kind of say they're mistakes. With the tall ceiling, the houses and buildings look really cheapy, like just like Muppets Treasure Island and Muppets Christmas Carol, those sort of things. It's because even though they had a really big budget and they just wanted to make sure the budget is alright with the Muppet films, the old ones, with this one they had a really small budget. Not small budget like Stingray or Thunderbirds, but they had a really small budget like, I don't know, because I wasn't in the company at the time, because I wasn't born. But yeah, so they did what they can, okay? I'm not going to criticise too much. I know some people say I am criticising, and they're right. You are right, guys, but I'm just take it easy on this poor company that's no longer existing, and also because I'm doing this for, who wrote the books and everything. So, yeah. And I know lots of people know that Roberta Leigh is not her real name, but she's well known for that name. So that's why I'm not going to call it her real name, just because. But anyway, so if this is why all the stuff is really cheap looking, and yeah, and I like how the train is going like backwards and forwards. They're not even trying to do a round and round a circle. They're just like whoop, whoop, whoop. It's like back and forwards. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, this is weird. It's really weird, guys. I'm just saying, it's really weird. And I'm doing this around Christmas time, and who wants to watch something around Christmas time to do with this sort of thing? I don't know. We do this sort of mini-series when we do lots of mini-series around Christmas time, I know, but I feel like this is special for me personally to look at this sort of thing. So I think it's probably special for you later on if you want to study lots of TV shows for kids and stuff. So yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, this might be satisfactory and sort of satisfying for some people, and yeah, but some people don't really care, I know, but some people do, so that's why I'm making this video. So, and also I'm making a video for you guys because I know you love lots of boring things, but this is boring to you, so you like boring things. I know you don't like boring things, but I mean, like, but obviously you watch my videos and you find them boring, so why are you watching them? Don't know, but maybe because of this, I don't know, but yeah, just proceed.
In its window were toys and dolls of every kind. On a shelf lived a teddy bear,
Whatever.
and the toy, whose name, of course, was Twizzle.
Whatever.
Was quite new, and so he didn't know all the things that Twizzle could do.
I say, what a funny-looking toy you are. I've never seen anything like you before. What are you?
I'm Twizzle, and I do.
Oh, what do you do?
I twizzle.
It whistles very well, too.
I don't know what you mean. I've never seen anyone twizzle before.
Oh. You can tell he hasn't been here long. Jump down and show him your trick, Twizzle.
So I'm not going to show you or, you know, or let you hear what the other doll is called, just because back in those days, in the 1950s and 60s, in the 70s they extinct this sort of abomination, you know, but yeah, because they thought it was a little bit rude and everything, a lot rude actually. People find it offensive and stuff. And they use these dolls in the old Noddy books and stuff, so I'm not going to tell you who they are, but you will recognise what I'm on about. Anyway, one of those sort of creatures. I know I'm sounding rude by saying creatures, but you know what I mean, all these sort of things, one of them is in this show. So I'm just going to blow out the image, or probably do some edits so people won't get annoyed, and also I'm just going to put something over the word or what it's called, so just so people don't get annoyed and everything. But yeah, at the end of the day, evolution have changed with toys, but yeah, this is quite creepy. Not the way it looks like, but the way it's just, you know, it makes you a little bit uncomfortable. Yeah.
First he twizzled his arms, and then he twizzled his legs. Boom!
Oh, dear. Oh, my goodness. Don't ever do that again. Why, it's Twizzle. My goodness, you are clever. How do you do it?
I don't know. I'm made that. If I want to reach anything, I just twizzle my arms and legs until I'm as tall as a lamppost.
You must be very expensive to buy.
I cost 2 and 6pence. I'm so expensive that I think I'll have to stay in the toy shop forever. For I don't know any boy or girl who could afford to buy me.
Never mind, Twizzle. We love having you here.
That's very kind of you, Mr. Bear. And I want to stay here forever. The toy shop is my home. The very next day...
I don't want to see your bottom, thank you very much. You know, the girl's I'm sorry. looks in a toy shop or whatever? I know lots of people buy toys online, but back in the day they didn't have the internet. Quite terrifying, really, isn't it? But who thought it was a good idea to do this in the front of the toy shop? Oh, yay, Mum, I'm walking like this because most people walk like this apparently. Who thought it was a good idea to do that? Did people walk like that when back in those days? Is that why they took the inspiration from? Inspiration, that's what I meant. Oh, excuse me, who walks like that? People do in the 1950s, I know, but why? Why did... it's quite weird, but I'm so glad I'm grateful that I wasn't born in the 50s, because people walk like this, happy. Okay, I'm gonna buy stuff in the toy shop. You know what, guys? I've got nothing. I don't know why people walk like that, but...
A little girl looked in the window. She looked at the train, and then she looked right through the window and saw Twizzle on the shelf.
What a funny-looking toy! He's got eyes as big as saucers, hair as red as a carrot, and a green woolen hat with a long green tassel. Ooh! I'm going to buy him right away!
Good morning to you. And what would you like to buy?
I want that funny-looking boy doll up there. I've saved up 2 shillings, so I hope he doesn't cost any more than that.
I'm afraid he costs 2 and 6pence. You see, he's a very special Twizzle toy.
I don't care how special he is. I've only got 2 shillings. And if you won't let me have him for that, I'll cry and stamp my feet and scream.
Oh dear, please don't make such a noise. I see I'll have to give you Twizzle for 2 shillings after all.
Poor Twizzle. As soon as he heard this, he began to shiver and shake, for he certainly didn't want to belong to such a naughty little girl.
Hi, Twizzle. You can hide in here if you like.
Oh, thank you so much. You are kind. Move over while I come in.
Are you sure you haven't got 2 and 6? He's really such a lovely toy that it... Oh, good gracious me, where has he got to? I saw him here a minute ago.
Maybe he's fallen on the floor. You'd better find him for me right away. I'm not going to leave this shop until I can take him...
I like how the box, Jack in the Box kind of thing, it's got the same stripe, decoration, whatever, as the wallpaper. This is a really bad... I know that back in the day, kids shows didn't know how to... You can tell they put effort into it, and you can tell how much budget they got, just because the Jack in the Box box have the same stripes as the wallpaper of the toy shop. I know that some toy shops have that sort of thing when a product looks the same sort of, but that's the packaging, isn't it? You know, the same with the background, that's probably a packaging, but that looks more like the actual thing. This is weird. This is really weird. Can't even press play now. What's happening? Okay, anyway, I just noticed, I know that we should have noticed this before, but as you can see, they couldn't control the puppets very well with the humans, and their arms is like this or that, or who walks like that? 50s, people from the 1950s apparently, because they took inspiration, but I don't know why the toy shop owner is wearing a nightgown in the middle of the day. Does he have less money to buy clothes? This is why he's got this expensive, you know, toys. You know what? Kids, I'm sorry. At this, am I just saying lots of mysteries? Well, I know that lots of kid shows have lots of hidden messages in them, but I think we saw the new one here with a toy shop who can't afford his own clothes, so he got his own nightgown. This is weird. But I'm not sure if you saw that. But anyway, just carry on.
Daddy, he's falling on the floor. You'd better find him for me right away. I'm not going to leave this shop until...
Okay, if he's falling on the floor, you will see him straight away. He won't move. It's like Toy Story. They stay still, so it looks more realistic. Get it? Even though Toy Story came out some decades later. Wow, this is weird. Okay, so let me get this straight. So, if he's on the floor, you'll pick him up, buy him. At the end of the day, that'll be it. But no. Could you just say, he's wandered off, even though toys don't wander off, but you are... Yeah. at least they're all cursed and they got batteries inside. I mean, even though batteries were not, I'm not sure correctly, but maybe or maybe not batteries were a thing in the 50s, but I don't know. I'm just making it up and then going along at the moment because I got nothing to review of this, but I got some bits down with the toy shop owner having nightgown and 1950s people walk like this. But I don't know. this is what I got. But yeah, quite satisfactory. That's what I meant.
But I can take you with me. Can't you make yourself smaller? You're stepping on my toes. Ouch! Oh, do be careful.
Oh my god! I'm sorry. Oh my god! You can see it's somewhere up here. You can see it's open. This is how bad the show is. Another they had low budget and everything, of course, and they had, you know, but oh my god. Okay, so I know that some people think, yeah, it's a mistake, it's a blooper, but I think it's, I'm gonna blame it on whoever made this film. But and also he's got a really, he's the same sort of size as the box. I know the size proportion doesn't really count as a blooper because they had to have money for getting a bigger box for big toys, but this is all weird. Maybe I'm just used to the modern times, but if I'm watching this in the 1950s, I wouldn't really care, but yeah, you know, I'm just gonna say yeah because I got nothing, so yeah.
It wasn't until very late that night, when the shop was closed, that Twizzle dared to come out. Oh dear, it was so uncomfortable in your box that I'm quite stiff. I don't think I could twizzle now if I tried.
You'll have to find a better hiding place tomorrow. The shopkeeper's sure to look in here sooner or later.
I can't think of anywhere else for Twizzle to hide. There's only one thing you can do, Twizzle. You'll have to run away.
But I don't want to run away. This is my home.
Well, you'll have to leave it tomorrow if the little girl finds you. And it's much better to run away on your own than to belong to a naughty child. She'll pull off your arms and legs in no time at all.
Oh, how awful. I can see I will have to run away. But how can I get out? The door is locked.
The window's open. You can jump into the street.
But I might get broken.
No, you won't. You listen to me, and I'll tell you what to do. Go on, Twizzle. Climb up onto the window ledge.
All right. I'm up. Oh, the pavement's an awfully long way down.
Of course it isn't.
It's going to be very difficult.
Just twizzle your arms and legs, and you'll be able to reach the ground.
Twizzle, twizzled and twizzled, until he was as tall as a lamppost.
Don't forget to come back and see us.
Goodbye, Teddy Bear. Goodbye.
Whatever.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Soon it grew dark again, and the wind began to blow. Oh my! I think I'm lost, and the wind is nearly blowing me off my feet. Hello? What a funny-looking house that is. Why, it's not a house at all. It's a dog kennel, and it's just my size. So Twizzle wriggled inside and made himself comfortable. Inside it was warm and cosy. Twizzle sat and listened to the noise of the wind. But soon he heard a padding noise and a sort of snuffle. What's that? Ooh, it sounds like a very fierce animal. I do hope it won't be cross when it finds me here. Twizzle was afraid, for the padding noise was coming nearer and nearer. Then in the doorway, he saw a yellow eye. Ooh. Then he saw another yellow eye. Ooh. And a black nose and long, twitching whiskers. Why, it's a cat.
Hello there. What are you doing in my house?
I didn't know this was your house. I thought it was a dog kennel.
So it is, but I live here now.
What's your name?
My name is Footso. I've got such big paws, you see, that I'm always falling over them. That's why I'm called Footso. What's your name?
I'm Twizzle, and I've run away from a toy shop.
And I ran away from the house where I live because the children are always laughing at my big paws.
How funny. We've both run away, and we've both met each other. We'll have to be friends and stay together all the time.
That's a good idea. I've been very lonely myself.
Watch out. Watch out.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Let's go to sleep now, and in the morning we can go looking for adventure. Come closer, cat. Now rest my head on your tail. Do stop making such a noise. I can't sleep.
I'm so sorry, Twizzle, but I always purr when I'm happy. You'll just have to get used to it.
Oh, dear. If I don't get used to it, I'll have to put some cotton wool into my ears. How nice it is. How warm and cozy. In no time at all, Twizzle and Footso were fast asleep, dreaming of all the adventures that they were going to have together.
So the legendary director is Joey Anderson, and one who produced it also is Roberta Leigh, and she also done a screenplay, so well done for her, because most people who do screenplays don't have the opportunity to do a screenplay or whatever. So she's lucky. Not only she's the one who wrote this series and the one who made this series, but she also screenplayed and produced it, so lucky her. So yeah, Arthur Provers is the P bit, so the Anderson and Provers, so he is also involved with, you know, and let's kind of read the credits because I'm lame, but yeah, so Arthur Provers also done loads of other Jerry Anderson shows, you know, like Stingray, Thunderbirds, I think, and I definitely know he also worked with Roberta Leigh, so yeah. I'm gonna Google what Banty Books is. I'm going to research it because I haven't got a clue. So I'm gonna search it and see what I'm gonna get. I did research it. Nothing came out properly. old news, probably old piece of media. I think needs to be discovered. But yeah, I'm really into this sort of thing when you look at the iceberg of lost media and stuff, and this needs to be in it, Bounty books. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you like it. Please put in the comments what you missed, what I missed and stuff. So yeah, this is episode 1 of the Roberta Leigh files, and when the new episodes come out, hopefully in the near future, we can watch the new episodes of TWIZZLE, but at the moment we can just get right to Torch the Battery Boy, the new episode, or the next episode, episode 2 of the Roberta Leigh files. Bye!